Harmy, let's talk about the T20 World Cup, in particular the final. As I said, it doesn't make us great predictors. It makes us experts in the bleeding obvious when we said that it was India's tournament to lose. Um, but boy, oh boy, the top three all made 50. Sanju Samson matched his 89 against England off just 46 balls. That really was an exhibition of T20 batting. That Ishan Kishan 54 off 25. Abhishek Sharma came good. Fastest 50 in the tournament off 18 balls. 255 for five. And that included a 16th over, which brought Jimmy Neesham three wickets and just one run. Yeah, I thought they were going to make 280. Let's hear a little soundbite from Suryakumar Yadav, the captain, and coach Gautam Gambhir.
Obviously, very excited the way things have gone since 2024. The way we've played, we won three ICC trophies in a row. I think that drought ended in 2024 after a really long time, and from there we never looked back. We knew how we wanted to play going forward. Everything was changed post 2024. We played a different brand of cricket in 2024, and from there we understood how this team needs to work forward, play forward, and it's been a wonderful journey since then. He won a ICC Champions Trophy in 2025. Played completely different brand of cricket, and now in 2026 we wanted to do something special in front of home crowd. So we want to continue doing that 27, 28, 29 and never stop.
Milestones don't matter. It's the trophies that matter. For too long in Indian cricket, we've spoken about milestones. And I hope till I'm there, we're not going to talk about milestones. You can see it very easily as well. You can see it in the last three games what Sanju did. 97 not out, 89, 88. Imagine if we would have been playing for a milestone. Probably we wouldn't have got 250. So I think this is for you guys as well. Stop celebrating milestones, celebrate trophies. That is going to be important because the bigger purpose of a team sport is to be winning trophies, not scoring individual runs. It has never mattered to me, and it will never matter to me. And I think, actually, I've been very fortunate that Surya and me were on the same page, especially on this front.
That's Indian captain Suryakumar Yadav and coach Gautam Gambhir. Gambhir, of course, became the first man to win the T20 World Cup as a player and a coach. He was top scorer in the inaugural edition for India in 2007 in South Africa. So changing the mindset, Surya Kumar Yadav talks about there with Virat and Rohit Sharma retiring. They certainly, picking guys like Abhishek Sharma. I mean, it's a really caution to the wind kind of approach, Harmy. And it's very difficult to see. I mean, we're used to the cyclical nature of sport. There are ups and downs, and it can be a roller coaster ride. But it is quite difficult, given the IPL and everything, and seeing India not continuing to have this conveyor belt of brilliant T20 cricketers. I mean, that could be the end of the contest as we know it for the next couple of decades.
It is if they keep having it in India as well. So, I mean, not only have they got one of the best teams in the world and the best talent pool in the world, they've actually have it in their own back garden. So there's not much not going for India at this stage with the BCCI as powerful, if not more powerful, than what the ICC is. It was interesting that I enjoyed that from Gambia. I thought it was a dig. I thought it was a little dig at Rohit and at Virat talking about not interested in milestones, about a team winning. It's about a team. I like that. I sometimes struggle with Gautam. I did struggle with Gautam as a player, and I've sometimes struggled with him as a coach. But I like that. I like that little dig. We might have everything going in our favour, but it's about the team. It's about the dressing room, and it's not about individual milestones. And that, I thought that was a little bit of a dig at Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. So it'll be interesting when they walk back into the 50-over dressing room in the not too distant future, here and that. So saying that, he's got some kudos because he's just won a trophy. But yeah, I mean, that in itself, Manners, I think when you look at it, that's why it's so important that we get our house in order, as in our domestic structure in order. What Anthony McGrath said last week to us was brilliant. Got a lot of traction. A lot of people from around the world enjoyed what Anthony said, and all he was a simple thing. It was, let's stop fighting with each other. Let's stop having a go at county cricket, and let's work with each other. Because you know what? The IPL come around in 2008. best tournament in the world, the richest tournament in the world, and now India are the best team in the world at 50 over, more or less the best team in the world at 50 over competition. They're definitely the best team in the world at 20 over competition. If we can get that 100 in the next 5 to 10 years, when it eventually goes to a T20 competition, so we have the Blast, we have the 100, and that talent pool there, if we work together, we will have a very, very strong pool of players to pick from for England, if we are singing from the same sheet, like what Anthony Mag said last week. And I think that's what India have done, and that's why they're brilliant at this format of the game. I think that's a message to the ECB to say, right, whatever we do with 100, we can't do anything about the format at this moment in time. But if we can eventually get it to T20 competition, and we have the Blast, we have the big pool playing, fighting to get into the little pool, and then the little pool is where we're going to get our England players from. If we get that right, we'll have a very, very good international T20 and 50 over side for years to come. If we keep fighting with each other and we don't think it's very good, then all of a sudden we'll keep getting to semi-finals, keep not being that team that just not quite gets there. And I think is what I would take away from India being the best white ball team in the world at this moment in time, because their competition is and it's shown that their pool of players now, since that IPL has started, is ridiculous. And I think that's something the ECB have got to get it right.
You made England sound like they're bridesmaids there, which is a bit harsh, because you're stealing the thunder from New Zealand and South Africa, who are world champion bridesmaids. And they just can't get the job done. New Zealand have reached 12 semi-finals in 19 ICC global events since 2007. That's a phenomenal record. South Africa not so good. Do you know that South Africa have had 15 knockout games since the infamous 92 World Cup and their return to international cricket? 15 knockout games. They've won 3 of them. And one was a quarter-final against Sri Lanka in Australia in Sydney in 2015. That is evidently a problem for them. But let's talk about New Zealand.
But would you say that the SA20 is in its infancy? It's only a couple of years old. Well, are you seeing in domestic cricket? You're in South Africa. Are you seeing in domestic cricket and then in the SA20 that there are players coming out of nowhere to make and push South African white ball cricket to a better level?
I think so. I think that'll happen. I think it's almost inevitable. I mean, the point is that they didn't freeze. They very often they lose. They're brave and bold and incisive and do everything right in group games, and then freeze. Well, 2 left-handers, Quinton de Kock and Ryan Rickleton, got out to the good part-time off-spinner Cole McConkey in the second over, but they got out attacking. The old South Africa would have patted 6 balls into the covers, for fear of getting out to him. But at least they took him on. Yeah, that's right. So congratulations to India. It's just a shame that the great. I think it's a great team, and I've written and said I think it's probably the best T20 team of all time as a squad. This 15-man squad in Indian conditions, I have to say. But Harmy, it's just a shame, isn't it, that the game has been so politicized. And I mean, we forget about the millions, the hundreds of millions of Indians for whom this is life-changing. It provides an almost endless source of joy in what is a difficult difficult life in a difficult country for many of them, and it should be about them, not about the money and not about Jay Shah and the BCCI and the politics and the relationship with Pakistan and all those things that we get distracted by. I think we should just remember how many hundreds of millions of people, and we've met you. You've met a few million yourself, signed autographs for them. You remember what it means to them.
100% agree with you, Manas. And I mean, pushing you towards another podcast, but our great friend Harsha Bogle, who we've worked with the last couple of Indian tours, I think he sums it up best, exactly what you've just been saying. when he talked to Michael Vaughan on his podcast, which I think went out this week. I was on it a couple of weeks ago and got myself into trouble. But I mean, Harsha, when he talked about it, it was brilliant. You got to listen to what Harsha was saying. This is their way out of poverty. Single parent families like Jasper Bumrah's, like Virat Kohli's. I think he said, I'm not sure who else he said, but we've all heard the story of Yashasri Jaiswal. I mean, this is their way out of poverty. He basically said, without saying it, that English cricket is soft. Some of English cricket is soft. It's too entitled. It's too much on a plate. It's too much getting looked after. It's too much pampered. And these Indian players, it's their way out of poverty. It's their way out of hardship from a life point of view and a normal job which pays nothing. And this is their way out. 1.3 billion people in a country. So to finish off from the tournament point of view, there was a record number of people who went to the games. There's a record number of people who watched the games. The amount of money that it's probably generated, 20 teams in the tournament, I think worked, but I think it's only going to work for T20 cricket. And I think it's important that it stays with T20 cricket. And the money that this tournament's made, hopefully, it goes to all four corners of the world to increase the participation of the game. If that does, and it reaches, and it's great, then I'm all for India basically ruling the world, because we want the game of cricket to be watched and loved by everybody. But the political side of it at this moment in time, I think, is teetering. And what's happened between India and Bangladesh and Pakistan, I think it needs somebody to stand up and, like we said before, adults in a room to take control in that stake to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Because I think we've had a positive outcome in this series, in this T20 World Cup, where I'm not so sure 4 weeks ago that we thought it was going to end quite positively, did we? Has it been a positive outcome? Let's wait and see. But I think the numbers, the financial reward that's being pushed back into the game, hopefully, will help India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh have a conversation and try and get to a good situation.